Okay, I'll see that. So I was, this is my first one. That is, the title says translating research idea to a research proposal. Then characteristic of research, I think this. Let me show this motivation in research. This is very important. Once we are thinking of writing a proposal and attract funding, then what motivates us to do research? Now this is a very important question. The first one is like desire to get research degree along with its consequential benefits. I am sure that there are many PhDs, as I was told by Dr. Namrata, and so I need not elaborate on this. The second one is desire to face the challenges in solving the unsolved problems, that is concern over practical problems that initiates research. Okay, and the third one is desire to get intellectual joy of doing some creative work. The fourth one is desire to be of service to society. And the third one is, desire to get, fifth is desire to get respectability. And sixth is the under compulsion as part of duty, or that is job. Now the problem is, where do we figure in this category? Unless person develop the interest and enjoy, I consider it that the third one, desire to get intellectual joy of doing some creative work, or even the desire to be service to the society. This also is very important. Desire to face challenges. These are the points that interest us, that motivates us to do research. But I have a feeling that under compulsion, nobody can do research. And somebody asks me to do research, I don't have interest. It's of no use. Somehow or the other, I'll collect some data and all then try to publish. But I find that there is no creative work there. So please develop the interest. Now, as we all know, this quickly I'll go through. There are two types of research, that is pure research and applied research. And pure research involves developing the testing theories and hypotheses that are intellectually challenging. And this research may or may not have practical application at the present time or even in the future. But you try to dig out some certain information which is not known to the entire world, probably in the long future, because we all know when theory of relativity, let's say, was invented, nobody could understand. And after a long time, then people started appreciating it. And today we find a lot of applications. Applied research is, offshoot of the, fundamental research. Unless there is fundamental research, basic research, we cannot think of, applied research. So applied research is done to solve specific practical questions, development of formulations and devices, understanding of a phenomena. And these days, we find that applied research, it plays very, important role. And every nation is, struggling to find solutions or to come out with devices of many kinds where many things can be probed. So the applied research is much more meaningful. And if you see the mandates of all funding agencies, normally they give emphasis on applied research. It doesn't mean that fundamental research one should not do, but there one should have a good idea to promote it. So measures for promoting of research. First thing is we should have research culture. Wherever we are working, one should create this kind of culture. I mean research culture, like people should talk about research, discuss, infrastructure should be developed and all. And then support from university and college, wherever a person is working, support is required for conducting meaningful research. Then creation of infrastructure, I think I mentioned. Generation of fund, that's what we are talking about, how to write proposals and get funding. For the institutions also, there are projects for institutions where funding can be done. And then we have DST FEAST program, and then we have got, of course, I will not dwell on that because there was previous speaker who spoke on funding. And then what is lacking here, incentive for good works. That is projects and publications. If somebody is doing in a particular institution, then the person should be rewarded. Rewarded in the sense, I am not saying that monetary benefit or anything, but the rewards are of many times. Of course, if you see China, while if we compare, China progressed a lot, because if you see papers in any discipline, you find very good papers appearing in topmost journals of the world. And some 15 years back, 20 years back, in fact, they identified and they came out with a program that the person who publishes the work in a particular journal with a good impact factor will be given monetary benefits. So you will not believe today also, and this, I didn't believe, but I met a professor, he was telling me that is true. And just 2 years back, one of my PhD student, he went to do postdoc in China, and he told me, sir, I published this much paper to my supervisor and I got so much amount. So, and that we are lacking. Rather than appreciation, people start, I find in some academic institutions sometimes they say that, oh, what kind of work he is doing and all that. That should not be there. It should be encouraged. Person should be encouraged. Now let's come to the main point, turning a good idea into a research project. So now the first thing is, how to get idea, how to generate idea. Of course, these are the general points. Converting a good idea into a funded research project takes significant preparation, that we all know. Investigators must have a strong interest in the research topic. I talked about interest, how to go about it, the preparation and planning before actual writing the proposal, efforts to align the project goals with those of funding agencies. This is also very important. We have to keep in mind where we are going to submit our proposal. I will consider these things in detail. Now, in the process, how one can develop the idea, or then idea will convert in, we can convert into proposal. So the first point I have mentioned here, a lot of reading literature and thinking. See, there is no substitute to reading papers or reading literature, because if a person does not have good reading habit, probably I always feel that I have seen many people, they cannot do meaningful research. So you have to be always updated with literature, and whenever you find time, or you have to create time or space for this activity, so that you keep on referring research papers. And especially once we talk about research papers, then review articles play very important role. In all areas you find, whether the basic sciences or engineering or any applied subject, you'll find reviewers articles. So a particular review article, we find that last 2-3 years work is reviewed, or last 10 years work reviewed, depending on the kind of review article is there. And so, as I said, there is no substitute of good reading habits. One should always create, and that while referring the paper, we generate lot of ideas. I am sure if you read 10 papers in the field of interest, your interest, that you decide that in this area you like to work, and then definitely you will get a lot of ideas. Because we are in this profession, we are basically teachers. I find that almost all are teachers here probably, or wherever somebody is working in industry also. So one should keep abreast with the present knowledge in research in a particular area. Then once we read some papers and all that, then one should discuss the ideas with, one's team. That is, if I have some colleagues in the department, I would like to discuss this, those who are interested in this, not exactly what I'm going to do, but I have read something new, so I can discuss. And if a person is working in the same department, probably you would like to, know certain things about it. And then, if possible, while referring these papers and all, one should attempt to write critical reviews on papers published, okay, in the particular area. This is very good activity since people are a beginner here, and when they did their PhDs, most of the guides they train on this, that how you write critical review of literature. For example, in my case, I used to, ask my student to review the papers that I used to get as the referee of many journals, and then I used to pass on to my student that you do this paper, you do that paper, and all that. Those were not published paper, and believe me, after some time, because while reviewing they were referring other papers, cross references and all, they were perfect. In fact, some of the students, they became much more expert than me while writing the critical review of that paper. I mean that reviewing that paper, I can say. Here I'm talking about critical review of literature that we have come across. So this is also a very good idea of getting idea and pursuing it for making proposals. Now let's keep some question and answer in our mind. Questions, and then try to give answers while before writing the proposals. Once we got the idea, we have gone through the literature, we have collected some information. So first thing is, what is the topic? What topic should I take? What is this topic? Why this topic is important? Okay, why is it important? So that one should think about the topic. I'll elaborate on these later. Just now that I'm posing certain questions that one should keep in mind. What are the research questions that you are trying to answer? Means the problem that I am thinking to start in my lab, I mean that is a research problem. And so what is my main aim? I mean, what are the research questions that I am trying to probe? Then what are your hypotheses? What are your research methods? Like which method? What are the methods that I'm going to use for the project? What is your research project? Why is your research project important? This is also very important point. What is its significance? As I said, I will elaborate on this later. Do you plan on using, quantitative method or qualitative method, or both methods? So this also quantitative methods, like doing certain experiments, or based on certain theories, we are testing this one. Qualitative method, like generating, first of all collecting data and trying to quantitate it. Qualitative and quantitative, I think everyone knows that. So that we should keep in mind. Now, writing research proposal, first thing comes to for any agency, that is the introduction. That is, preparing and planning for a research project can be more time consuming than conducting the actual project itself. Always keep in mind, if 6 months we take in planning a research project, which requires a lot of reading, then writing several times, rough writing and all that. So actually today I was reading in Times, in the morning, there is some award winner, writer, a lady writer from Europe, and then she said that first draft is always very bad. And she has given advice to the young authors that you keep on writing several times, and then you'll find that your article becomes fantastic article, which can be, published. So we have to keep on writing. It is not that, just once I thought that, okay, this is the project, and unless I am very perfect and, very much I have good experience and all that, still I say that the first draft is not the final draft. As you are all teachers, so you may be knowing. So it's very time consuming. And when you start actually conducting the, your project, then you'll find that it will not take much time once the preparation is done properly. So this process will test your resolve and dedication to the project. Actually, if I'm in a hurry to, write a proposal, then that is not possible. We have to do it. Is quite time consuming. Then points for writing proposal. There are certain points that we should keep in mind. That is, keep the total length of proposal in mind. Of course, now writing the proposal, first thing, general we can write, and then make it short, we can elaborate, we can make it short, we can elaborate it depending on the need of the funding agency and the requirement of the funding agency, or the pattern or the pro forma, you can say, of the funding agency, that we should keep. And that is finally the total length of the proposal will be, dictated, I should say, by the funding agency. That is their guidelines. Then decide your heading and subheadings. Break down proposal into introduction, background information, and methodology. These are all general things. I'll elaborate this later. And then points for writing. Other points are: stress the significance of information that you are seeking. This is also very good point. Significance is very important, that we have to elaborate there. Explain what you want to know. That is, what is our goal? I mean, what exactly we would like to probe. And then grab the reviewer's attention right from onset of the proposal. We should write in such a way by making it interesting that it, attracts the attention of the reviewers, those who will review the papers, your proposal, sorry. Show them how valuable and innovative your research is going to be. That is, of course, this point I will elaborate later. Then points for writing proposal continues. Project titles should be understandable enough to general audience. We should make the project title as simple as possible. Okay, it should not be typical like, in legal language or something like that. I mean, tedious language. It should be simple, but it should one should try to accommodate all things, like, it should convey the aim of the project. That is objective, you can say, of the project. What is the main aim and what we are going to mainly get after successful completion of the project. Then it should also reflect the objectives of the study and attract interest. Objectives in detail, that is to be given. Of course, these are all given as guidelines, you can say, by agencies, that so many words you have to give objectives, something like that. A catchy title will help in grabbing the reviewer's attention, because this all exercise is being done by the college, and the participants are, the funding a proposal. Like, once we write the proposal, then we should, attract funding. So we should make a titles in such a way that it catches the attention of whoever is reviewing the paper or whoever reads it. So that catchy title should be there. Your title should be short and to the point. Avoid any question in the title. Should not put any question there. Then A research proposal is not an article. Always keep in mind. The pitch should hold the attention of reviewer from start, because we should be highly to the point. It's not an article that we keep on writing whatever comes to our mind. So avoid using subject qualifier. That is qualifiers for certainty. This is very important, this point. Please pay attention to. See, we should not use these. I guess, I think, I know, I am absolutely certain. All these things make not a very good impression. Unless required, we should not, use these words. Then qualifiers for possibility. This also could, may, likely, possible, probable. In certain projects, we find that, many a times, people have used this. It could happen. It is likely to happen. It is possible that we get this kind of result. It is something like this. It should not be used. Qualifiers for necessity, like, must, should, ought, required, have to, etc. This should also be minimized. I'm not saying that it cannot be used. Once or twice, let us say we are using it. Some certain proposals, always you will find in every section, must, should, like that, like, I think it is going to be like guessing it, or possibility, something like that. So all these are these words should not be should be avoided, you can say. Not used at all is the wrong thing, but should be avoided. Then pay attention to your communication strategy. How you are going to communicate your ideas and how you are going to carry out the work. This should be very clearly defined in the project. Then avoid using jargon in your proposal. That is, like, your legal language, I should say. If you see the, any judgment or anything, or somebody is filing the petition, you'll find lawyers, they use this kind of language. And we should not. We should use simple words, not like, very good words, and then we are going to impress with our language to the persons who go through the proposal. It should not happen. So it should be simple, and one should convey the message, because we are talking about science, which can be communicated in a better manner. Then 10 steps of writing the proposal. I think it's repetition. I think I'll skip this, and I'll give one example of. Is it okay? You have any question up till now?
Sir, I had one, if you allow.
Yeah.
Sir, you said that we first find out like the funding agency and then see the requirements of the funding agency and then propose an idea according to that. But if we already have an idea, can we?
No. You see, I think you misunderstood me. I did not communicate properly. You see, idea is to be generated in the beginning. That time we should not keep any funding agencies in mind. Keep in mind, while going through the literature, we should not keep any funding agencies in mind. If it is once we got properly defined idea in our mind, we have done some exercise of writing, say review or say proposal itself. Then a proposal in general one can write. And then when it comes to the submission level, like our funding level, like I want to make a proposal to any funding agency, then we have to keep funding agency in mind, because keeping funding agency in mind, that generation of idea will not work. We have to generate interest in a particular topic, and once interest is there, we try to collect information from literature. We go through the literature, we get the idea, and then we try to build up a project on that, proposal on that. Okay, and once the proposal is written in any form. I'm not saying that. You just keep on writing. And actually, how to write proposal? You should write as a continuous flow. And first, you can write the introduction, and then just two, three introduction, and then literature you write to support your, what you want to do. The last paragraph of introduction normally gives, or summary one prepares later on. Summary also prepares later on, and the objectives, etc. again later on in bullet points one wants. And then once you have written project fully, let it be elaborate, and then you make it short, make it to the point, and then finally, suppose we want to submit it, then we have to see the framework or the format of the funding agency, and then accordingly we can shape our this proposal in that way. Am I right? Hello?
Yes, sir. Now it got cleared, sir.
Okay, so should I share my one of the proposals before I,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are very much keen to.
Yeah. So you see, this is the proposal which I submitted, long back. Now let me give you the background how I, decided this project. When I joined Mumbai University in 1986, since I had worked in electrochemistry area for my PhD from Banaras Hindu University, and then I had gone, abroad also and all that. So forget about that. But when I joined here, and then I found that in the lab, as far as electrochemistry was concerned, only a potentiometer and conductometer was there. Those who have done, of course, this is engineering student, many engineers will be there. So maybe up to 12th standard, we use pH meter and all that. So what we had is pH meter and a conductivity meter. Physics people, a resistance meter, good instrument for measuring resistance of solutions, let's say. So I thought that what to do. Then I thought of using those two, instrument, potentiometer and pH meter. What I did, you can still do that because one has to come out with good ideas. When I was sitting in library, I found a review article, and I found that, the same year, just 2 years back, I think in 1985, 1 year back, the supramolecular chemistry, those who synthesized calaxarine, krypton, and macrocyclic compound, then they got the Nobel Prize. So I went through their work, and then finally I found one research article which was published in Analytical Chemistry Journal. Fortunately, these days these journals are available online. Any institution can can subscribe to. By sitting in library, I went through, and one of the current issues, I found a review article. And then I got the idea that, okay, what I will do, microcyclic compound, and I will just do something, electrochemistry of it. And using conductance and potentiometry, believe me, we could publish, and I took chemistry by research those days. First few years, in 3 years, I could get 2 published papers, and then that got me soundproofing. And before that, since I had I did not have experience of doing research independently, so what I did, I wrote to the UGC. There was a scheme, still that scheme is there, and those days, only for beginners 70,000 rupees were there. And I wrote immediately after joining, 2 months after joining, and I got that. There I had written that I would like to work with potentiometry and this stuff, because there you cannot ask for the instrument. Then, once I published those 2 papers, and then I kept in mind of developing a proposal. Now this proposal title you see how focused it is: electrochemical studies on interaction of macrocyclic compound with vitamins and amino acids. This is just interaction, and whatever the result will be obtained, anybody can think of that for development of electrochemical sensor. So what is my aim was to develop sensor that is electrochemical sensor for these molecules using macrocyclic compound. Okay, so this was the of course I wrote the project and then decided the title because title should be highly focused. So why I am giving emphasis on that the title should give the entire picture of this. This is the, you can say, it summarizes the whole thing. That is my aim is to develop electrochemical sensor. Electrochemical sensors are like, these days, glucose sensors are there. These are all electrochemical sensors, like your alcohol sensor that policemen use to those who are driving not properly, and then they think that person is taken liquor, so then they test. So these are the very handy devices. So we thought of coming out developing for vitamins and amino acid. Okay, then these are the requirements. Your name should be there and your institution should be there. Then those days, DST, and still it continues. This was DST major project. So this is project summary is 150 words. Here also the whole summary should appear. So now this interaction of macrocyclic, I'm not going to the detail of the subject. Host-guest chemistry, this is some introduction in 1 or 2 lines. Then present proposal is basic cum applied in its nature, and it aims at basic means like interaction of those molecules, different types of molecules, that becomes basic. And then whatever information we get, that we try to develop some meaningful devices, that is sensor, so that is applied in its nature. Okay, and now then it aims at, and then you have to give focus, like you are not, as I was telling you, that we should not say that etc and all that. Namely can be used because you are making certain, and these are the names of vitamins. I gave 10 names, no problem. And out of 10 names, if 4 works, my purpose is solved. Even 2 works, my purpose is solved. So one should keep in mind, like, and you have to be certain. And then why it is going to work, that I'm going to explain later. Okay, in my proposal. That is this vitamin and this, whether how they will interact. That will be from my literature knowledge. I will support it with literature. Okay, and how it will be done, this is using controlled potential and controlled current method, microelectrode techniques. So these are also a group of method one can name here. And then I did not have this controlled potential and controlled current, though that in my lab, but I had made the proposal. Okay, so results so obtained would be utilized to develop electrochemical sensors, and all. 2-3 sentences are not written here, but total was 149. I still remember. So and the final line will be, it will be utilized to develop this, and then in the form of this for analysis of these compounds in different matrices, like from the blood you can determine, or any biological sample, you put your sensor and you get the result. Then you'll be asked to make the keywords. Let it be any funding agency. Keywords are important. So keywords may be sometimes say 6, 8. Some agencies ask 10 also. So these are the keywords. I'll not go through that. Then origin of proposal. Here highly specific. Only 50 words. So now here one has to show the interest. What is the proposal has its origin in the principal investigator, that is who has written the proposal, long-standing interest, particularly in the area of microcyclic compound, microcyclic chemistry. Okay, and then let's see this there. And DST, I found those days that they actually, while I developed interest in this area, I found that DST has thrust area, certain thrust area defined. So supramolecular chemistry and sensor, they had given there. And accordingly, I decided for my MSc by research student project, and then I built up this because I did not have, infrastructure or the instrument, any instrument to probe these interaction in a confident manner, you can say. So this is the reason that is given here. Then Just a minute. Yeah. So this is definition of, I think, what was there? Yeah. So this I covered. So definition of the project, like 250 words. This was also one point there. So again, the convergence of two fields, like that supramolecular interaction between two types of compound. So I had given that convergence of two fields. One is the supramolecular interaction for what? That is for vitamins, and then this is based on that electrochemical sensor. Now you see here, I've written, we believe that the preliminary fundamental studies will give us an idea of how redox processes and host interaction. I'm not going to detail of this, but see this highlighted ones like fabrication of suitable electrochemical sensor, and why the final line was the sensors are expected to speed up and simplify the process of analysis. So process of probe, actually it was there, and this was the around 250 words, maybe 2-3 lines are missing, 4 lines. So then comes objectives. Objectives also, they say that you write in bullet points. So see the all different types of, first thing is electrochemical behavior, then synthesis of certain macrocyclic compounds, their macrocyclic compound, town ether, etc., and their metal complexes. So these are synthesis. Then to study the host gas chemistry, this was the third. Then electrocatalytic behavior of macrocyclic compound, and developed finally the sensor for vitamins and amino acids. So these were the 5 objectives that was given. No overlapping, means points are not repeated there. So this should be kept in mind. Whatever we want to do is stepwise, and how we are finally going to achieve the goal. These are our objectives. Then this is now is the literature search. DST asks our international status. International means basically it is an international research survey. That is, what are the papers reported there in your field. So it should be a critical type of review, and then you give your literature here, and then this is the international. This becomes quite big. Here is no restriction you can give, but relevant literature should be given. And basically, as far as possible, people try to include the current literature in the field. What are the latest paper in the field that have been published? So we have to focus attention on that, and based on that, and then finally, while writing based on the literature, the last line, people write that based on this, we thought of doing this. And then comes to the national status. National status means basically DST expected us to give the group of people that are working in the country, in the area of the work being proposed. Okay, so if possible, working group in the area and their work. We did not give the the whole address and all that, but just paper reference is sufficient for that, and paper reference literature survey is given here. So international and national status. Then this one is very important. That is the importance of the proposed project in the context of status. That is, whatever is the literature we give. So what is the importance? What we want to do something new out of that. So you see, I'll just read something. The review of literature reveals that in spite of several studies, these are general things, field of molecular recognition, supramolecular complexes have been scantily studied. Those days, very few, I mean, electrochemical studies were not there. Maybe spectral studies were there by, certain NMR spectroscopy and other. So this have been scantily studied. This was the basis. which are of great significance in physiology and other subjects I had given. I have cut short here. So, so this is the significance that supramolecular complexes, their significance is there in physiological studies, and even our body chemistry and all that. So I had written there, but it is not shown here. We expect that the outcome of this project will provide a better insight into several things I had written, and the development of new electrochemical sensor as proposed in the project will increase the speed and decrease the cost of analysis. Because, you know, for if you take the blood for, you know, certain vitamins and all that, is today also very few sensors are there. KEM has now many sensors for some of the, you know, vitamins, not all. So this was the objective. It should be added that now that apart from this sensor, apart from its importance, that is for developing sensor in the field for the project, the preliminary equilibria study will in itself be a valuable and interesting piece of investigation. That is the fundamental, and whatever fundamental data will give, that is very, very important, because supramolecular interaction normally takes place in our body. So keeping that in mind, it was written there. So one or two sentences are there in between dots that clarifies those points. So keep in mind, this is only 150 importance. Basically, you can say the significance type. Then review of expertise. What is your expertise? When I am proposing these are things are there. Some of these points are not there in other agencies. DST covers all this. So review your expertise means how do you consider yourself expert in this field? What is your expertise? So I had given just preliminary whatever I had done in the past, and that though they are not related to this, but we can always define that we have got exposure to this, that, and all that and all. So there are ways and means to define. So that's why here it is directly based on the PI's experience with the studies, the work on crown ether complexation and all. That was written in 250 words. So this is not there in many of the agencies, you know. However, DST has this. Like for example, the other agency that I got, I think after this or after the, I got the 2-3 DST, 3 I think DST projects, and then BRN project doesn't ask this expertise and all that. And even CSIR also doesn't ask. But they keep on changing, their format keep on changing. Then the work plan. Here is actual methodology. I have not given here anything. Methodology, how will you carry out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Those objectives I had given, you know, 5. So similarly here, methodology, by which instrument, why, what means, or somebody is doing, you know, computer programming, so this programming will be done. Whatever, you know, experimental work is there, so how the experiment will be carried out. So all these methodologies will come here. And then whatever references we had given in literature, etc., those references will come over here. All these references will come. Those references which are cited before. So organization of work element. Organization of work element means which one should be done first, what should be done in the second, third, fourth, something like that. And sometimes barcode is also asked. I think I have written there later. So organization of work element, that is stepwise what you are going to do. You know, highly focused presentation should be there. Then time schedule of activities. Time schedule is related to that. That is, you know, what we are going to do in what time. Like, you know, even, you know, I remember I had given that first 6 months will be there for, you know, procurement of instruments, and of course I had asked for the research student and selection of students and all that. So all these things are to be mentioned there. If it is a major project, then suggested utilization of research. Don't keep in mind that, you know, the person should submit without doing anything, you know, directly to DST. But DST also had certain, you know, sections where without any experience in that field, if person has good idea, they encourage that people to submit. Only thing is what is the uh, rationale behind it, that should be given, scientifically explained to them. But anyway, so this is the suggested utilization of research outcome expected from the project. This also very important role. What is the expected outcome that will come out of your project? That is to be given in point wise, you can say. So now this is the budget summary I had prepared. You see, budget has year wise, they ask breakup like salaries of the staff, then I mean research students. Those days, the 400 salary was there for DST for student research student. Consumables, travel, other cost, permanent equipment. Permanent equipment I had asked for 8 lakhs in the first year only, and this I am just giving you exposure. And since the instrument was to be purchased from outside, so they asked the in foreign currency how much. So it was around $1,800, $18,000, sorry, that time. So though I mean later on we found that 8,000 was not enough. So I requested DST. First the university supported, then DST paid to the university later on. So sample project. So justification of each and everything is to be given there. This happens only in DST. So I took just high-end project which describes everything. Keep in mind, I keep on saying that people should not feel like so many things are given, so much things are to be given, so it will be a lot of exercise. It is not like that. Simple projects are also submitted to different agencies. Then justification for salaries, wages, justification of consumable, justification of travel, etc. One thing is there that if you get the travel grant, then you can attend conferences, etc. Because normally, if you see, of course, these days teacher salary is quite high, if I say so. But those days salary was not that much. So an university will not support that much. They support only once in 3 years or so, and 5 years if there are not too many candidates. So if you have, keep on having the projects, always you keep on traveling, and you can attend conferences. Of course, the DST does not allow conferences abroad, but those who are having DST project, they can apply directly, not through the project, directly to the DST for going to foreign countries for attending the conference if your paper is accepted there. So so justification of travel and all these heads, then budget for other costs like contingency, publications and all that, this was there. Then permanent equipment, one has to be highly specific, like see, I had given bioanalytical system USA are equivalent. Equivalent is always given because there are many companies, so we can buy from any company. We means the university will have to look after all these purchases and other things. So now we have to give the justification for permanent equipment. Now we see I had given justification, but keep in mind when I went for I'll tell you later that. Let me finish this, then I'll tell you this. I think I am exceeding. I had spoken to her that half an hour I'll give time for that. So in 5 minutes I will finish this. Recruitment of staff, purchase of chemicals, this time schedule of activity. Here also, how much time you will take for recruitment of staff, purchase of chemical, purchase of equipment and all these. Then finally experimental, like I said that electrochemical parameters will be determined at fundamental studies. So how much time it will take. Then synthesis of certain compounds, study of complex, and fabrication of sensor, how much time will take and all that. So everything should be given because 3 years project. So you define that this much time. It should be 6 months, 3 months, or something like that. Then list of they ask for what are the facilities that will be extended from your institutions to you. for using, and then from if you have developed your own lab, then you have to give that information also. That is available with the investigators department, and then perform. Then finally they ask for the, that is the last, for the biodata of the investigator, the person who has made the proposal. So you know, as far as DST is concerned, I think the previous speaker must have told you what is the procedure. But let me tell you, for this procedure for DST, DST has PAC, so it goes to a particular committee. They appoint, those days they were appointing 12 referees, and out of 12, if more than 50%, if they say that project is worthwhile, then only you'll be called for interview. So you go before the committee, and then when they will ask you to make presentations. Those days, you know, transparencies were there, where that written, handwritten, those were using. So that when I went there, why I am telling you this, because the previous slide said that justification of permanent equipment. After the subject discussion, they asked me, why do you want the equipment? You not believe, I was very blunt in asking. Blunt in asking in the sense, now I feel, and those days, you are in just, you are from academic student life, you come to the academic environment. I mean, that is the faculty. So मुझे भी बहुत जोश था, you can, I should say that way. Immediately I said, sir, I have written this proposal for this equipment only. This was my statement, and that was quoted by one of the referees. Referee means that person who was the committee member. Later on, it so happened that when I became the ST member, he was there with me. He became quite old, and he told me, "Arey Srivastava, तुम्हारा वो sentence मुझे याद है." So I said that, sir, I have written this proposal. They said that one paper. So they said that you have BRC, you have IIT and all. You can go and always, because finally you can. I said, sir, unless you have the equipment, you cannot get good data, and you are dependent on someone else. So 3 years work will go for probably 6 years or 10 years. This way I tried to tell them, but in polite manner. It is not that I went there to quarrel, but it so happened that that was the last point that chairman said, okay, Dr. Srivastava, fine, we'll let you know. So, and the project was sanctioned that time. And you will not, whether you noticed or not, I had asked for this. Of course, this is not there. That is overhead charges. Overhead charges that they decide over and above this. So there was overhead charges of 98,000 rupees per year. 98,000 goes to the institution, account. Institution account means you don't have control on that. Institution will take in its own expenditure or whatever. So that overhead charges, I convinced the university, and I got the first time I purchased my laptop. Way back in, it had just started in the early 90s when I got the proposal funded. First year I got that. First year I got the lab renovated, made air conditioned. Second year I got that laptop, and third year I utilized for certain chemicals and other things. So that is the benefit of writing proposal and getting money. So this is all I just wanted to tell you, because I hurriedly did it, but I think I conveyed the message. The more just a minute. The purpose was that purpose was to communicate you with a project which was already implemented, and the project that was implemented where I did not have done any work of the project that was there. And of course, I related that I am working this area, so I am submitting this proposal. But my first project that I had submitted in UGC did not ask for this. UGC just 2-3 columns and you give, and mostly UGC and some of these other agencies like where they give a very minor project. There are many actually. I was thinking about the engineering because a lot of engineering faculty is there. They can find out from the net those like AICT earlier they used to give, and AICT website also it lists the projects for the agencies for the engineering section. Of course, DST itself is there, Department of Science and Technology. So a lot of engineering sections are there. So there also one can write the proposal. But I was talking about minor proposal. So those who are not non-PhDs and still they want to pursue research, they can submit the proposal and get funded, provided they have a position, permanent position in the DST's criteria is permanent position in the academic institution. So this is all I wanted to convey. If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, the organizer told me that participants will present their ideas. So it is over to you.
Just wait a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, Namrata ma'am. I have a question to ask, sir. Can I?
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
Yes, good evening, sir. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation, which was very simple to understand. My question is, sir, we basically from private engineering colleges and belonging to applied sciences department, we don't have enough research facilities here. So we don't have these kind of facilities. Will DST encourage us for any kind of funding?
You see, DST has various programs like, for young scientists, if they want to make proposals, then they can submit the proposals there. Those who do not have experience, but they have certain good ideas, and they can find out the specific, wing of DST, you can say section of DST, and the branch in which you want to submit, and then you can make your. The only thing is DST, as far as my knowledge goes, for major projects, normally DST rarely supports very small projects. For that, other funding agencies are there. Those who are in basic sciences, they will they can write to UGC. Or for that matter, there are several ministries, you can say, let's say environmental ministry, and then you have this health, that Ayush is there, that but they allow us to submit the proposals for beginners. Beginners also can support. Now specifically, where without any this one I have to find out. We can find out where you can submit without any facilities. Facilities like, in which area you would like to work. Like something like if theoretical work is there, theoretical work means you need a good computer and with good memory and all that. And if you have, let us say certain typical equipments, let us say somebody is from physics wants to use, let's say, neutron activation facilities, and then techniques like, that are, ion implantation or something like that. Then there are national centers, they help. So they can go there and they can work. They can, from there also one can get the funding for research. But for engineering faculty, I think I have to collect the information how a beginner can, without any facility, can get. But I cannot tell you right now, but we can find out.
Thank you, sir.
I would like other participants to interact with the speaker. Sir has vast experience, and I want all the participants to please capitalize over it. With sir's help, we will be definitely able to convert our ideas to research proposals.
Yeah, please.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Some ideas you had suggested us to just pick up some idea and keep it ready for a discussion.
Yeah, you can present it, madam. That is what we, like, sir already knows.
Yeah. Okay. Sir, good evening, sir. It was a really amazing talk with all the basic things which we didn't knew how to go ahead and all. I am Vinuta Prasad, who I have done in music information retrieval. I know that this field is very different from usual engineering and technology fields, but it has the application of music pedagogy for music learners and appreciation as a tool where we develop some technologies using signal processing and machine learning algorithms. So for such a task, whether this project proposal for major project, whether we can write for some agencies or this thing, whether you can suggest.
For that kind of thing, even this ICSSR.
Okay.
That is, you are talking about the music related, software
Yes.
development or something like that.
Right.
Isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes.
So this ICSSR, there is one.
Yes. Okay.
That they support, and I have this social science wing. Earlier was there in DST also.
Okay.
And of course, you can submit your proposal to UGC. UGC also funds such proposals, and then actually this question you should have asked the person who spoke before me. I think funding agencies, and otherwise in my last talk I will tell you authentically where all the possibilities there where you can submit. Because this basically I was always in science committee and all that. So this, but certainly this the project that you are talking about, definitely agencies are there who will support.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah, after the morning talk, I just listed out, and ICSSR was one of the agencies I felt maybe suitable. But as such, this is a technology only, but the impact or the application for in general for social, probably it can be, or even the technology, because for the Amazon, Pandora and all music companies, they are using the technology itself in that sense, but final application will be social angle based. Thank you, sir.
So, so you can, you have advantage. You can, submit your proposal in this social science group as well as the engineering section also. Okay. For development of, this music pedagogy you talk about, and then basically what I understand is the software for that. Yeah. So that development comes under this engineering faculty, and you can submit to that also. You have advantage, in fact. In social science and both ways, you can define your project.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm Kranti and I'm a member of IPR cell. So can you guide us something how or what type of funds can we get for IPR cell or for those who are applying for intellectual property?
Intellectual property section is there in DST. I'm talking about the good funding one can attract, individual as well as the institutional level. So suppose you have some work which you want to patent, then you can write to DST directly through your institution, and then they support. In fact, that cell is very active. I think you want to patent or something like that, patenting.
Yes,
and all
yes,
that.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the DST has a cell for that.
Okay, so we'll look at that. Also, sir, if we want to organize events and all, or inviting good speakers, so can you suggest us some funds for that or a research?
This is the, I mean, the institutional. Actually, this one is basically the institutional programs. So the institute, submits the proposal
Okay.
to various funding agencies, like even your AICTE.
AICTE we have one, sir. Yes, sir.
And then UGC itself, one can define always UGC some sections, and then even DST also. DST gets huge funding for inviting speakers, even say Nobel laureates and others for delivering lectures. So that is the institution. Based on the institution, I mean the institutional output, you can say, or the input they consider, who are the audience and all that. So one can make a proposal, and then there is a format. I mean, I had seen long back that those format one can submit the proposal and the funding
Okay,
is
sir. Thank you, sir. So also, so from you have already told it, but if I'm asking specifically from data science point of view, so is it better to send our proposals to DST, or is it better to look for what projects are already going on and where they need the proposals from?
No. You see, you can visit the funding agency's website. Okay, and then you will find different sections. For example, DST has many sections. Many sections means close to, you can say, 100. And then they have subject specific committees and to decide about the project. So you can find out from the net the area of your interest where you want to attract funding, and you can gather information from the website, or you can send them mail. Most of the time they reply to your mail, and but you can find out the specific particularly section in which you can send your application, and these are all online. An online information you can have. You can download the pro forma also online, and everything is online. It is not
Okay,
now
sir.
like previous years.
Thank you, sir, so much.
Thank you, Kranti ma'am, for your question. Sir, actually, I would like to revive my question, which I asked earlier. So that means an idea or funding agency both can go in hand, or either one can come before? Because this is exactly what she asked, right? So do we
Yes, ma'am.
search
Yes.
for a funding agency first or an idea? I think anything works. Whatever
You
we
see,
get.
I see any research that can be done in academic institution, okay, that you first get an idea and then prepare the proposal. Okay, I mean, you keep on writing, jotting down certain things and all that. And then you look for, of course, your interest would be. So in the beginning also you can look for that, okay, once you decide that you will work in this area, so what is the funding agency? Funding agency, normally there are, like I gave the example of DST, they are very critical for to give funding for major projects. They give individual, like for women cell is there, where the the women are given special funding for pursuing research. So you can visit that cell also, and then on the website itself, and then you can so uh, first of all you generate the idea, and later on when you talk about funding, or it can go otherwise. I suppose one is top to bottom and bottom to top approach. So
Yes.
if you are somebody is interested, then one can see the funding agencies and all that, and accordingly one can make the framework of mind and try to find out some idea in a particular, because if a new idea is to be generated, there are many ways to do it. Okay, like for example, in my case, though I have said that first go through that and create idea and all that. Of course, that preliminary is required, but when I thought of writing proposal to DST, first thing I did was I try to find out what is the, what are the thrust areas. Thrust area, because I wanted one instrument. That the instrument that I purchased that time 9 lakhs, today its cost is 24 lakhs. And of course with much more features and all, I got from other funding agency. So that is another thing people can get. Once you start, then you keep on attracting funding. That as far as this is concerned, so you can think of the funding agency, and so that you come to know that this is the area in which they fund, of course, which should be related to you, and then you start working on writing the project, generating ideas. Both ways it works.
Yeah. Any other participants would like to ask? The session is open for questions.
Sir, I have another query. Can I ask?
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, actually, we are little bit used to publications, means conference and this. But about the proposal, project proposal, whether it is minor or major, we are comparatively new. So in this regard, whether public already whatever we have written for publication are published things, we can combine and keep it for proposal with the next futuristic approach, or it has to be completely fresh?
You see, if you have published a paper, let's say, that will make your proposal, that will support your proposal, that will make your proposal strong. In fact, you can link it that you have done this and now you want to do further whatever you have in mind. Okay. So it is always better if you have done some work and always correlate with that. That's what, if you remember, the presentation I said that they ask for this in part, that expertise of the right. Of the principal investigator. So that expertise means what you have done, why you have, you can say, thought of submitting a proposal and attract funding in a particular area. So what interests you? So as I said, if you have done something that will support, always keep in mind that the publishing paper, this attending conferences, particularly these days, does not have much impact as far as good funding agencies are concerned. Because we all know that anything you communicate and you can make presentation in conferences these days. They have become professional now. Even you get invitation from abroad that we are organizing conference and all that. They will write flowery language that you are very great and all that. Because they have their own business these days. Unless we find that certain academic institution is organizing some quality and then some publication in coming out of that, or some proceedings are there, so that has value. But any kind of conferences does not have much value. But if you have paper published either national or international journal, that will have value definitely, which is abstracted journal, and then you can extend your work, whatever work you have done. Definitely you can say that I have done this aspect, now I want to extend and do this further. That will be a very good proposal, in fact.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thanks.
Okay, you're always welcome.
Just 1 minute. Yeah. Tamanna, please take over.
Yes, ma'am. Once again, I would sincerely thank you, sir, for taking your time out from your busy schedule and making the event possible and explaining everything so meticulously. So, sir, please accept this token of appreciation from our side.